Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm going to start the show by saying we don't have a theme song right now. Unless by the time we're able to post this, we do have a theme song ready. But for now, we don't have a theme song. We got a copyright claim on YouTube regarding the theme song we've been using. It's not the end of the world, but it's just annoying, certainly. Basically, what happened was the song we were using... also, good morning, my name's Kenneth, and this is the Be My Friend podcast.
Yeah, we're there.
And so... basically the song we were using is my friend's song but he sampled a different song, just part of a song, like maybe 16 bars, not even, of a different song. An existing song, sorry. And then so I guess because I had used so much of his intro, which is a loop of those 16 bars, before he starts rapping, the people that own the original song tried to copyright claim me. I have a feeling, because it's from some sort of corporation, I have a feeling they just have like a bot that's scanning through and picking up, whatever can be claimable. But it doesn't mean that we can't post a video. It means that if we monetize in the future, we don't get the monetization for it. But we're not monetizing anything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What I don't want is to end up having some sort of legal problem going forward. So we're going to stop using that song completely from this podcast going on. So we may not have a theme song for this episode when it goes live, or we'll have one, made by one of us. Yeah, that's the quick update and why there's no theme song today. But good morning, Jordan. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Let's get started with the All About You.
I've had a pretty crazy week, actually.
Oh, shoot. Let's get into the dirt right away.
Well, last week I was saying that I might be selling the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that just happened like the day after we recorded the podcast. So we're like, oh no, yeah, we're gonna put it on the market. Yeah. It's gonna happen. We're moving. It's done. So my real estate agent came in this week, and she's like, that needs to go. That needs to go. That needs to go. Like everything is. We're living in an Airbnb at this point because it doesn't feel like our own place.
Wow, like you have to get rid of your furniture.
A lot of it. Well, I mean, not our couch and stuff, but like we need to make it look like it's lived in, but it's not lived in. Like it's not personal.
Like
at
you're
all.
not currently living in it.
Correct. Like somebody else, like we could rent the place out and it's just a bed, a couch, and
right.
Blah, blah, blah. We also need to show how big the place is, but now we got to live here and we're quarantined here and
right
for the next like 2.5 weeks until we actually get to move into a new place.
Yeah.
And you think like, hey, we got to clean to make this place like showroom ready.
Yeah.
And like, okay, that'll take 2 to 3 hours. We've been at it for like 5 days.
Oh my goodness!
It's like cleaning and moving stuff, and like it's endless. There's corners and things you don't think of, especially having a cat. It's like holy crap.
Well, that's exciting.
So, yeah. It is exciting, but yeah.
But your new home is like ready to go. You're ready to go there, kind of thing.
Not quite. The tenant's still there.
Oh, I see. So you're waiting for them to go, then you can go. Yeah. Then your current place can go.
Correct. So we're going to be renting for a little bit, save, and then buying another place.
How exciting!
Yeah.
But that's right. Because you're just moving into another place that your mom is running,
correct.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm basically moving back in with my mom.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
It's her suite. So
that's so cool, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. It's bigger. It's got more storage, so it definitely has a lot of positives, and it's in a really nice area, like by the water and everything. So
yeah, cool. Is it far from where you currently are? You don't have to tell us like where it is, but is it far?
No, it's like a 8-minute drive from here.
Ah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and if same commute, just about.
Yeah, I love because like me and Sherry, we've been moving from place to place for a while, and it was like a 10-minute drive from the last place to this place. And then before I moved in with Sherry, at my first apartment after university with my first roommate, our place was going to get demolished for new construction. But we found out a block and a half over there was another place that was available. So we moved like literally one block over. So we walked a lot of our stuff over in the middle of the night. It was awesome. And then similarly, my brother lived one street over and his place was getting demolished. And then I suggested he could move into a suite in our building here because there's an availability. So same thing. He like during the day on a Saturday, we moved all the stuff, like walked a bunch of it from one street to the next. So those are the best kinds of moves.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, those are the best.
And you don't have an elevator. I have to rent my elevator.
Oh, dude, we don't.
Yeah.
What? At least you could. Wait, you have to rent it?
Yeah, $175 for 3 hours.
What? What kind of crappy garbage is that?
I know, right? It's this strata that I'm living in loves to take money. They love it.
What happens if you just used it and you didn't tell them? Do they fine
then
you?
They'll fine you. They fine you like triple that.
What the heck? That's such scummery.
I know, but they're setting up one of the elevators with like the padding, and they also set it up just for you. Like the elevator door stays open, only you can move it, blah blah blah. So you are getting use out of it more than. But like I have,
that's crazy.
Now that most of my stuff's already out of here, like my actual move is only going to take like 20 minutes.
That's so, the greatest. That's amazing. Yeah. Like me and Sherry, we both have quite a bit of stuff because we have this we have this idea that we're trying not to accrue more stuff, which is good. We haven't done really gathering or hoarding of new things for the last little while, but we haven't thrown away a lot of like bigger things because we're like, well, our dream is to have a house one day, and pretty much everything we have now should fit in like a 2 or 3 bedroom house is what we're planning without having to get any new furniture.
Right. No, that's a really good way to do it.
So we're just lugging it from place to place.
Yeah.
And we've moved so many times.
Well, you've been there for a while now at your place.
Yeah, this is the place I've lived the longest in one sitting ever so far.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's nice. I like it.
It's funny. Alex is the same way. Like she's like, I finally felt like this place is a home.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't even lived in a place since she's moved out for more than a year.
Right.
Yeah. So she's like, "Are you kidding? I'm moving again."
Yeah.
Kind of thing, but, yeah.
Well, hopefully this one will last longer.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be nice.
Are you like so you've pretty much moved everything else? I mean, you were living by yourself for a while. You don't have a ton of stuff, right?
I didn't think I did.
No.
But it's I'm like, it'll be a couple boxes to get all my knickknacks and random stuff, and then I'm like 7 boxes in of just random things that I don't use. I'm like, holy crap, what is all this stuff?
Dude, I always think that too. And then ever since I started collecting Pokemon cards, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah, that's like 2 boxes in itself.
No,
right?
it's more than 2.
Oh no.
But dude, I've already moved the Pokemon cards once. For this next time we're moving them, it's gonna be maybe double or triple what I had to move last time. I'm almost certain of it. Sorry, time out 1 sec. Sherry's freaking blasting Madonna. 1 second.
I hear it. I hear the Madonna. I was gonna say.
Okay, we're back.
It's okay. I was humming the tune.
I was like, what the fuck? And good. She's sending me the memes that she's watching too. Perfect.
Awesome.
I'm gonna have to silence my phone, silence the door, silence my wife. It's perfect. Update. The reason I can close my door now is because I normally keep a pull-up bar in my door. It's like a hang-up pull-up, like a chin-up bar. And but my new workout doesn't need having to try to do a pull-up at all, so I finally moved it out of there, so I can actually close my office door for once in my whole life.
Do you have marks on your door?
Yeah. The first time I saw the black marks, I was like, oops, and then so I put like old socks on it, and it's been okay since.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to do it.
It's because it's kind of dented.
Oh, that doesn't come out.
And it's got black scuffs on it, so like, ugh. But
yeah,
I put socks over it. But it's because the previous like foam padding that came with it like wore off. So yeah. Anyway, it's not the end of the world. I can paint over it before I leave this place. I kind of like secretly, I mean, talking about moving, me and Sherry are like really getting serious about moving to the island somewhere. And so we're just looking at places and trying to strategize what would be the best way to do it. And I thought, like, it crossed my mind. I was like, I mean, our whole neighborhood, you haven't been here for a while, but our whole neighborhood is basically getting demolished to put up high rises. And they've already done that with my old place that I was talking about 2 blocks over. I went walking by there the other day, and it's like 2 huge high rises and 2 low rise, 4 low rise buildings. They basically took over that whole street, and it looks great for sure. I can't deny that, but it's like all the old buildings are gone. Like my old house is gone. My old like it's crazy. And so I'm the street in the middle. So my current street, my old street, in the middle of that street is a street that my brother was the one my brother lived on. And he had to move because his building was going to get demolished. So they started construction on that street now, and it's like they're moving north from one street to the next to get to us. And it's like I have a feeling they're going to crush this place sooner than later.
Right. I mean, your building's not. It's pretty old, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's quite old. Like this whole area is quite old, so I can see why they're doing it. But there's like actual single unit houses across from us and down the street from us, and they're getting bought out like 5 or 6 houses at a time. Like every day I go walking, there's new for sale signs up on the houses, and it's like, holy crap, what is happening?
And they like investors will go into like apartments and say, hey, we're going to give you this much for your apartment, or we're going to be tearing it down. And they kind of give everyone a number that they can't say no to.
Yes, correct.
Because it's worth more than market value usually. And then they just tear down the whole place. And it's so cheap to put up apartments now.
For them, and then they sell them for the craziest prices.
Oh, for sure, especially in the Lower Mainland.
Yeah,
so
one, two. Like I looked at some of the places that they put up around here. 1-2 bedrooms, like over $500,000-$600,000, and I'm like,
right?
Are you crazy? That's insane. I was paying $1,200 rent, and now you're trying to charge me like. I don't know if I had a 30% down payment. I did the math because we were interested in just checking it out. My mortgage payment would end up being like almost $2,500 a month.
Yeah,
and the places would be
crazy.
Smaller. Like it's just nuts. So that's why we're really like
crazy.
It's not feasible to live on the mainland, unfortunately. At least it's what it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, to put into retrospect here, like I could just say it because it's going on the market anyway. But my place is it's in the middle floor, so it's not up or lower floor. So, it's not ideal that way. It's only like 465 square feet. Yeah. It's small. It doesn't, I mean, as a view to the courtyard, it doesn't have a view, like a long looking view per se. And it's still going on the market for 380.
Oh, crazy. I bet you could get more. Yeah. Honestly, I bet you could get more.
No, there's another the same size that's going for about the same price.
Oh, okay. You're just playing like similarly.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You want to get it moving.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything about real estate, so I was just curious more than anything.
Yeah.
That's crazy, though.
For like this is a kind of apartment that like one person gets into by themselves at the beginning of their life kind of thing. But that like 380 is out of a single, mid-20s person's kind of range. Like the bank wouldn't even give you that much money. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Such is life.
Yeah.
In the Lower Mainland.
Just craziness, man.
Yeah.
Just craziness. Gets me a little depressed to think about it, but we'll see where the future takes us. See how it goes.
Yeah, maybe the island.
Yeah, exactly. At least that's the plan. Anything positive happen this week? Exceptionally. Oh! Do you want to plug your listing? No, I'm kidding. Don't do it.
yeah. No, it's not up yet. The pictures are happening Monday. That's why we're so
people just start coming to your house.
No, I think this move is a positive thing.
Yeah,
honestly,
absolutely.
I know it kind of sounds like it's all negative, but now it's just stressful again. Yeah. But like once we're in there, the place is really nice. We're going to, so that's definitely positive.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
Anything cool happen at least this week? How was your camping trip?
Yeah, I was going to say I did go camping. Just for everyone out there, social distancing while camping is not that possible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough because like you're trying to share everything because you forget a can opener or whatever. So it's like if I were to recommend camping while social distancing, I'd say it's tough. But other than that, it was really fun.
Yeah. The fun was had, but the rules were tough to follow.
Absolutely. But yeah, it was definitely a really good time. We spent like 2 hours trying to find a spot.
Cool.
And then it was kind of fun because we were just like off-roading a bit.
I was going to say, you took your 4x4s, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Can you walk me through that a little bit, like how that goes? Because I have never done it. I've never really been camping either, personally. Like, in the conventional sense of camping. Where you just trek out into the woods and pop a tent down and chill. So like what walk me through it. I'm actually fascinated. How did it go?
I mean, it's not like we're trekking to the woods like they did 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like 150 years ago, whatever, trying to explore.
Did you pay for a spot?
No, you don't, because we go in far enough.
Okay.
It's a fire service road, so it is used by like logging trucks, so it's not that bad
Mhm.
most of the way. You could get pretty much almost get a car down that road, to be honest.
Right.
It's when you find a place where you want to kind of turn off into those side roads that aren't that flat anymore, that's when it gets kind of bumpy. So you go in and there's markers like 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers in, and we usually go about 40 kilometers in, because then we don't get bugged by any anyone, any officers and stuff. And yeah, then you kind of find like a side road, you take it, and then if it ends up being a really great place to camp, you just kind of throw your stuff down and camp.
Nice. That
Yeah,
you went out
and
to Harrison, right?
Harrison, yeah.
Yeah,
And there's a East and a West Harrison fire
Camping
service road.
grounds.
So,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah. But like
So
the first,
they're fire service roads, but are they actually like designated camp areas? Like you're
There
allowed
are.
to park there and stuff and camp?
Not right now, but there are. Yeah, so about like 20 kilometers in on the East Harrison side, there's actual campsites, but then they cost like $20 per vehicle. So if you
Oh,
go in and you want to, there's actual like there's places to go to the washroom, there's places to park your vehicle, but then the CO comes around, and he'll be like, "Well, is that your vehicle? Okay, you owe me $20 just for the spot, basically."
I see.
Yeah, so and that place is kind of blocked off right now, so that's why we went further.
Into the bush kind of thing. Because I had
Basically.
wondered that when I got my Wrangler, I was like, I want to go do that kind of thing, like some overlanding and go camping. But I always wondered, like, how does that work? Because I know there are like campgrounds where people park their RVs or they go with their cars and they sleep overnight. But I'm like, can you just go into a forest somewhere and just park there? And I always wondered how that worked.
It's legal. Yeah, it's totally fine.
Right.
It's obviously the further you go in, you kind of need to be prepared yourself, right?
Right, of course.
With gas and everything, your own, be self-sufficient. And if you go too far in, it makes it harder for like rescue crews to get to if
you get
anything
in
happens.
trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't go that far, and we're about, I'd say, an hour of actual this fire service road in.
So from where you bunkered down, if they came by and found you, would they charge you for like $20 a car?
No, they
Oh.
wouldn't, because we're at that point we're on crown land, so it's just land. There's nothing. Yeah, so there's like on the way there's a couple like logging areas that you cannot stop, and obviously that's owned by logging companies.
Yeah.
But they're not that big. I mean, to the grand scheme of things, they're not
Right.
that big. But yeah, and then like I'm not, like I said, we're not like camping just straight up in the bush. There is like already fire pits out there that you find like, oh great, this is an awesome spot. Obviously somebody's already been here. It's a fire pit. Like other people definitely do it, and there's definitely really good spots that are already taken and blah blah blah. So it's still like camping, but you're so secluded, it feels really cool.
Yeah, you're in the middle of the woods, like legit, and you're doing your own thing.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that's really fun.
That's pretty
Really, really
exciting.
fun. It is, especially really fun with the Wrangler and everything, because no problems getting anywhere down there.
I'm really excited to do it. Like me and Sherry, we actually, so we have a 4-door Wrangler. We actually we got an old table from her mom, like a dining table. So our old IKEA table, we're like, well, we don't need a second table. So I took the legs off and I chucked those, and I realized, this table actually almost perfectly fits in the back of the Wrangler. And we could use it as like a bed frame, and we could just throw in a rolly mat in there, and we could actually sleep in the Wrangler. And dude, when I got the Wrangler, I was watching just hours of YouTube videos about how to convert your Wrangler into a camping/overlanding vehicle, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna do this. So I've got the table. It's pretty sturdy, and we measured it. It almost fits exactly in the back if we push up the seats a wee bit. So yeah, I'm gonna put some struts in there and then put the bed over, and then ta-da! Beneath is all storage. The top would be for sleeping, and I'm gonna put a little table, like a fold-down table, on the back tailgate.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. Yeah, we'll definitely go camping sometime.
It's gonna be a good time.
And we should film some of it, and you could throw it on the.
Oh
YouTube
yeah,
channel.
absolutely. Yeah, I've decided I'm gonna start doing a little more like,
vlogging,
slice of life. Yeah, YouTube vlogging, playing games, things like that. Like yesterday, me and Sherry filmed the video playing a game, and then it went up today, and I'm like, man, this was actually fun, and it was fun to edit it as well. Now that I'm better at editing. Like, I go back and I watch my old, quote unquote vlogs. It were just like little montages of my day. I guess that's what a vlog is. And I'm like, this had so much potential, but I didn't have the skills yet. But now I'm like, man, if I had that footage still, which I think I do actually, I could probably recut those to be way more interesting. I'm not going to do that. That's a lot of time and work for no reason. But if I started filming now, I think I could end up with a lot more interesting stuff to watch.
Right.
So yeah, it's good fun. I've been editing a ton over the last couple of weeks, just to get stuff up and moving. So yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
So when did you get back? Like Monday?
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, what was it like to sleep in the woods for like 2-3 days? 3 nights?
It was just 2 nights. 3 days, 2 nights. Yeah. And it rained pretty hard on us the second night.
Oh no!
But we were prepared. We got my brother had a huge tarp. We set it up great. We put a stick in the middle so we didn't have to worry about any water.
Yeah.
And my buddy even made a moat.
Good old Cammy boy.
Yeah. And because the water was dripping down in one spot, so he actually made like a moat for the water to run away from us. We had it set up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn, boy. I'm hyped.
It's a great time.
You know what? The island probably has a ton of good camping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, even just driving from Nanaimo to Campbell River, where Sherry's family is, it's like, yeah, you can see a ton of side roads, and you often do actually just see people, like, if you look far enough while you're driving, you can see people, like, camping just off the highway kind of thing. And maybe they're homeless. Right. No, I think they're camping.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
One thing I do recommend is if you're going somewhere new, like down a fire service road to find a camping spot, go with somebody that has done that trek before.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Don't just test out the waters by yourself, because you run out of cell range pretty fast. And if you don't know where you are, tire pops, something, it's just bad news.
Then you got scariness. Yeah, fair enough.
Exactly.
Well, we'll have to bring you along, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, we'll do this.
Damn, I'm so excited.
It's the date.
It's oh, that's great. Yeah, I guess that was your week, sir. Let me take a look
my
here.
week.
Oh, tell me. Okay, my turn.
Your turn.
Okay, I'm so excited to tell you about 2 things.
Okay.
1, I've been having nosebleeds constantly. It's the fucking worst.
Oh, no.
It's so bad. I normally don't get nosebleeds in the summer, but if it changes this fast temperature, then yes, I definitely do. So right now in my office, I have my humidifier, which I hadn't used for months, and I also have a fan, just a little baby fan, blowing the beautiful steamy smoke into my face, so it feels really nice.
Does that help?
Not yet, but I think it will. I think my room just generally is really stuffy and dry because of the electrical equipment in here, and the fact that I have to keep like the blinds shut and the door shut, like when I'm working and stuff. It gets pretty stuffy in here.
For sure.
So I can tell it's already like not as hot in this room, because I had the humidifier running for like 2 hours, 1 hour ish, before we started the episode today. I was like, I should probably get it primed a little bit, and then because when I first walked in, the room was stifling. I was like, oh my god, what is happening in here? That was at like 8:30 in the morning, and then I brought the humidifier in, and then when I came in, like 20 minutes ago to start the show, I was like, oh, it feels okay, still warm, but it doesn't feel as bad in my nostrils. So yeah, there's that, and it's the worst because my nosebleed, it's like I'll sneeze or I'll laugh or I'll crinkle my nose for a second, and suddenly blood is just spewing out my nose. And I'm like, no, I don't want this. So there's that.
That's awful. I gotta make I don't know if this is racist at all. I don't think it is. Okay, why? I had so many friends that had like constant nosebleeds, especially in like elementary school, but
they're
all
Asian.
Yes, they're all Asian. What is there a correlation to that? Seriously,
I think there is. I think it's something to do with blood pressure, and also just based on like the weather, because Taiwan is super, super, super humid.
Right.
So I mean, it's just different, right? Like when it gets hot here, it's usually like a dry hot. At least that's what I would say about it. Right, it does get humid out here, in BC, but generally it's like a dry. I don't know how to explain it very well. But yeah, I do know that a lot of my friends and my cousins all have lots of nosebleeds growing up here. But in Taiwan, very few. When I was in Taiwan, I think I had like one nosebleed, and it's because I was, I was drinking spicy beef noodle soup, and I drank it too fast, and it went up my nostril. And
That'll do it.
you know how it goes backwards in your nose? And I was like, I was like, oh no. And then suddenly just blood. I was like, oh shit, what have I done? But otherwise, I basically didn't nosebleed at all in Taiwan. So I don't know. I actually don't know why. It must be like a blood pressure thing, because my doctors, or yeah, I have been to a doctor before, and they're like, yeah, you could have high blood pressure, et cetera, et cetera. But generally, I think it's, for me personally, it's because I know I have high blood pressure, and also my septum is very thin, and I've had that since I was a very little kid. The doctor has checked it out, and he was like, yeah, you could cauterize it. And my mom was like, I don't know about that. And yeah, so I mean, or it could be awful. maybe it's like an anime thing when you see a sexy lady, your nose bleeds and just blasts out your nose.
Jeez. As a kid, I never understood the nosebleed thing.
I also don't get why they do that in animes. I don't get that.
Well, I think it's the whole blood pressure thing.
I think it is.
Yeah, like your blood. It's
going there instead of downstairs. So
yeah, exactly. It's creative, I guess.
That's their censorship.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, so I don't know, but I've had nosebleeds my whole life. When I was a kid, I would have hours and hours long nosebleeds. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of know, but I don't know how to fix it. Besides keeping the inside of my nose nice and moist with, like, you know, Polysporin or even a little bit of Vaseline, it doesn't really help. Then I just kept like gooey nosebleeds. It's the worst.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I didn't do anything weird to it. There's no trauma. I didn't pick it or punch it or anything like that. So it's just like, I'm almost certain. But you know when you go to a hot place or you walk into like a sauna or something like that, and when you breathe in, you feel that heat run through your nostrils.
Yep.
That's the kind of feeling I've been having the last few days.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly I woke up one morning and nosebleed. So yeah, like the worst thing as well is like waking up with a nosebleed, because my nose gets so dry when I'm sleeping, and then I wake up and suddenly there's already a nosebleed, and I'm like, oh, why is it like this? And then I gotta stand in the bathroom while the blood just like pours out of my brain, and it's like, oh, guess I'll die today. Yeah, it's the worst.
It is. Yeah, especially you like ruin your pillow too and everything.
Yeah, no, I'm usually pretty fast on the draw. Like, I don't know. After having this many nosebleeds in my life, I basically just have like a spidey sense for a nosebleed. Dude, holy shoot, though. Once when I was a kid, I did have a dream, and this has happened a couple times when I was a kid. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about my dreams right now, okay?
Okay.
It was a nightmare. I was in a lake of blood, and there was like a giant, like minotaur-like monster standing at the edge of the river of blood, and he's like yelling at me, like no language. It was just like beastly roars, and I'm like, I'm gonna drown in the blood. I'm gonna drown in the blood, and I was choking on the blood because I was drowning. And then I woke up and I was choking on blood because I was nosebleeding in my sleep, and there was blood all over the pillow, and I was like, wow, what is happening? And that was like the scariest thing that had ever happened to me.
That's awful.
It was horrible. And
that's
like,
too real.
My whole, like, the whole, it runs down your face, and my whole like shirt was covered in blood, and my pillow it was horrible, and I was just like freaked out. So I ran to the bathroom and I just put my face in the sink and just let it bleed out. Yeah. Sorry to get graphic so early in the day.
Yeah, I don't want breakfast anymore.
Sorry, my dude. But yeah, so that happened. All right, moving on to the next thing I want to tell you about my week.
Yeah.
So I've been doing Duolingo for the past month. I'm actually on a 31-day streak. So I started doing German because when I was younger, I did German and in high school, and I really enjoyed it. And so I've progressed quite a lot on Duolingo. So Duolingo, if you don't know what it is, it's a language learning app, and they kind of gamify it. So you get points, you get experience, and you learn the language, and it's good fun. I really like it. If you do well and you keep on your streaks and you do a lot, you get put in like ranks or leagues, I guess. And then so you start in the bronze league, and if you stay in the top 10, you promote and go up and up and up. And because I would play for like 3 or 4 hours of Duolingo on stream, I would usually be at the very top of the league, all the way until I hit Sapphire League, which is like the fifth rank, I think. Then I noticed, there were people getting more serious there, and so I was like, oh shoot, I gotta keep up more daily to try to keep my place in the rank. Now I finally got promoted to Ruby League, which is pretty high up, and now, dude, I can't even keep up. These people don't like do anything but play Duolingo. I'm like, dude, I do this like for my stream for hours, and I still can't keep up with these people. It's crazy. And the other thing is, I'm doing 2 languages now because I started doing Mandarin as well. So even with my 2 languages going back and forth, I can't keep up with like these top 4 people.
That's crazy. That's like crazy. MLG Duolingo.
Oh yeah, and then so it's kind of awesome and it's fun and I'm really enjoying it. And one of my viewers showed me that apparently there is like a ranking all-time Hall of Fame list basically. And man, some of these people they must be absolute geniuses. They got like 15 languages under their belt. It's like, whoa, holy cow.
No, it's just 15 different people that know those languages.
That's right.
Just sharing that around just to be number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the other thing I want to tell you about Duolingo. It's kind of awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna go back out into the real world with a better understanding of a 4th language, and also I'm learning to read and write Mandarin, which I'm illiterate in. Up until now, I'm getting it now. It's pretty cool writing characters. I'm like, dang son, I wish I knew this a long time ago.
That's really cool. I mean, you know how important German is on the West Coast here. So.
Yeah, exactly.
For those who don't know, it's not important.
Not even a little bit. Yeah, I think working at work, I've met like 1 German person.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like fluent English.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. But it's just cool. I like it. I think I'm going to move on to other sort of European languages after, like Swedish and Polish, maybe. So
that's cool.
Yeah. I'll do Japanese eventually.
Yeah, Japanese sounds so cool.
It does, yeah. And it's also useful for like the animes I watch. But
exactly, there's the upside there.
Yeah, but Mandarin is, in my opinion, Mandarin is my top priority for needing to learn. But German is my top right now for want to learn, because I'm on a roll. Like it's fun, and I'm understanding grammatical concepts and things like that. So it's very fun right now.
That's so cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, and then you can go to Germany and put it to work, and you just feel more accomplished. And
exactly.
So cool.
That would be so cool. I would love to be able to put it to like real life use.
Yeah. Yeah. I can just see you walking down German streets like, yeah, I could do this.
Yeah, Vinny's learning as well. So we practice a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty rad.
That's awesome. Hey, I saw you playing The Last of Us.
Yes, I was playing The Last of Us.
After we talked about it last week, being my second favorite game of all time.
Yep. And then that's what made me think, oh wait, I should play it for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are you liking it? Or
it's awesome. I really enjoy it. I've played about 4.5 hours so far, and my bum is always clenched, but it's fun.
It's such a fun game.
Yeah.
And the voice acting and the characters are so easy to fall in love with too.
Yes, the storytelling, the voice acting, the animation, like the mocap they've done, it looks so real and so good. I'm loving it. Like it's top tier. It's very, very good. We've gotten. So Sherry was watching me play for the first couple hours, and then from there I was like, okay, I can't play this at night anymore.
Yeah, there's definitely some scary parts.
Yeah, so the last time I was playing, I played during the day, and I was like, okay, getting a lot more progress. I was not nearly as frightened, but also I was struggling a bunch at the beginning with the shooting mechanic.
It's tough.
It was awkward because I get they're trying to make it more real, so Joel's hands are shaky all the time, and and also just like it just felt awkward to shoot. You know, it wasn't like I was playing Halo and I was getting headshots. It did not feel good to fight like that, and I was like, okay. So I kept dying because like I would try to shoot and I would miss and miss and miss and miss, and then they'd freaking bite my neck, and then eventually I was like, okay, I got it. I kind of worked out the kinks. My learning curve is flatter now. So now I'm like, walk into a room. I'm like, pop, pop, pop. It's Joel time. Pop, pop. It's awesome. And then I picked up the bow and arrow, and I was like, how is this going to be useful at all? I said that I think on stream. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? And then halfway through, I was like, wait a second. A bow and arrow is a quiet, soundless projectile.
definitely the way to go in that game is the stealth side of things.
I was like, oh wait, this is excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I've never played the game before, right? I have watched other people play it, but years ago, right? So this is like the first game I've played in a long time where I'm like learning mechanics, discovering mechanics, and then when I go back to edit the actual footage, because I'm putting it archived up on YouTube because it's fun. I'm like watching myself learn, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm actually like figuring stuff out for once, and I'll like, because like, dude, I've played so many Pokemon games, so many Harvest Moon games, so many Smash Bros games. There's no new mechanics for me to learn, right? Every other shooter is like pretty much the same, but this game is different. There's something about it that I don't. There's still parts that are mysterious to me, like it's a lot of similar mechanics that we've seen before, but I don't know, they've just done it differently. And so yeah, I watched a few light bulb moments for myself during the editing of the stream. I was like, oh man. Oh yeah, sorry. The point was, so I'm in a room, there are clickers outside, there are clickers inside, and I was like, okay, what if I just shoot them with because the clickers, you can't kill them without a weapon, and you have to shoot them usually, right? You can't fist fight them, and that's what I was doing for most of it. I'm like, it's Joel time, and I would just punch the shit out of everybody. But this time I was like, okay, I don't want to shoot the gun because then they'll all come and kill me, and I did, and they all killed me. So I was like, okay, I'll try the bow and arrow. And then so first light bulb, I shot him in the face, and it died right away. And I was like, oh, you can get headshots with the bow and arrow. I was so happy. And then second light bulb, if you do that, you can pick the arrow back up because it didn't break.
Right.
And I was like, my world just changed.
Yeah.
The game got a little less scary. It was still scary, but a little less scary.
Where are you at with it?
We just left Bill.
Oh, he's awesome.
Oh, no, we left Bill, and we got to the point where we got ambushed, and we survived the ambush.
So you got the truck, and then you got ambushed.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly turned my mic all the way down to sniff, so it wasn't on podcast. And then I turned it back up, and I don't think I turned it up to the right spot.
Is there a button for you? Is there a mute button on your mic?
No, there's just like I can turn up my mic and down on it.
Well, you could use it on Discord, I guess. You could just mute your Discord. I have a cough button. Like my mic has a cough button.
Yeah, my mic on my headphones does, but this new one doesn't.
You know what? That's okay.
That is okay.
I'll edit the sniffs out later. That's what I have been doing because I've been sniffing a lot, so I edited them out.
Hey, quick thing here. I got a little bit of. Have you seen Elon Musk's new baby's name?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Can you pronounce it for me?
So the funny thing is they've both, since the name came out, and we can't even say it on a podcast because it just looks so weird. But like both the wife and Elon, so Grimes and Elon, they both have said different names. Like
they've pronounced it differently.
Yes. So Elon went on to Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, it's pronounced Ash.
Oh,
which is
okay.
fine, which makes sense. But then Grimes, like a day later on Instagram, was like, no, it's pronounced just X. So I don't know if they're trolling us or
maybe
they haven't actually talked to each other.
A nickname? Oh, man, that's whack.
It is. And the funny thing is that the A12 at the end has nothing to do with the pronunciation of the name.
Right, yeah.
Elon's just like, I just wanted to throw that in there because I'm friggin' genius.
It's silent.
Exactly.
The A12 is silent.
The A12 is silent. Oh, it's so amazing. I love it, though. I love it. It's crazy, but I
think it's cool. If it's just pronounced Ash, I think that's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
If it's pronounced X, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but I think I heard that like California wasn't going to let them do that because they're not the AE thing, the X and the AE. That's like
together. They're not allowed to have symbols apparently.
Exactly. So
I saw that.
Unless they move, Unless they move, I don't think they're gonna let them.
Unless they move and legally change it again, I guess, because like the baby is like, it's born in California, so it's a Californian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, whatever. To each their own. He's a bazillionaire, so he can do whatever he wants. It's whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
What am I gonna do? Who cares?
Yeah. It gives us content to talk about. So
yeah, absolutely.
Make another one. Let's go.
Well, I saw somebody like break it down, and it's like X and then that symbol is like archangel or something like that. It's like something not religious, but it actually means something. And then so yeah, I don't know. It's wacky. I saw it on Twitter. I was like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, pretty good. Have you any segments today, sir?
I have. Well, we could bring up the different games.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shoot, we totally forgot to decide which topic, which genre. Should we talk about
I
open
got
world?
one.
Oh, you got one? Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Go.
Well, I was thinking indie games.
Oh yes. Okay, perfect.
I
Yeah,
love 'em.
yeah. Okay, so let's talk about indie games, and we'll just
Yeah.
talk about a few of our favorites, and well, let's kind of define what we would sort of call an indie game.
I'd say like indie game is like a small publisher or developer, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Drops a game, and it's not. There isn't a big promotion behind it. There's
Mhm.
not a lot of commercials. It's just kind of out, and you hear it by word of mouth, and it ends up just being a good quality game that's not, super open world, or not like graphics aren't amazing. Maybe there's no voice acting in it at all, but it's just a somebody put a lot of heart into the game. It's just a good game. That's what I think indie game is.
Yeah, basically, I would just kind of describe it as any game that's not from one of the big five. So like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, right? That's what I would basically call it. But yeah, you're also right. It's a small developer, small teams usually, and usually independent companies. So they're not they're not signed.
Yeah.
Correct, exactly. Like same with music. So yeah, you have a game. I'm so glad you said that. We didn't even talk about indie games during our pre-show.
No, we did.
Now you've got me thinking, and I think I have an option. So you go ahead first.
Yeah. I love indie games because they put so much heart into them. That's what it is, because they're such a small group. But I love this game. It's up there. My favorite indie game is called Inside.
I love Inside.
It's such a good game.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's a a side scroller like puzzles adventure game, but it makes your butt clench a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of moments where you're like trying to get away from whatever it is, and it's like the last second you finally get away from. It's awesome.
Yeah,
great. The lighting in it, the mood that it gives you. It's such a cool game.
That's an awesome choice, dude. That's a very good choice. I would say one of my favorite indie games of all time is Enter the Gungeon.
Oh my god!
Do you know that game?
That is on my list right now to talk about.
Enter the Gungeon. That game. It's so good.
So good.
So
you can spend hours.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. The thing you'll note as well, the thing I've noted at least, is a lot of indie games are roguelike. As in, if you die, you lose everything and you start over, or you lose all your progress, but you keep your equipment or your levels or whatever, and you start over at the beginning. And the purpose of that is so that you keep playing the game. But every time you die, you start over, and I think that's just so. I don't know, and a lot of times it's randomized too, so I'm actually not sure what the point of the roguelike is. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, I guess.
That's it's forcing you to get better at the game without giving you more ways. You know?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a lot of big games, so like you level up and then you get a new ability that makes it a little bit easier to kill this type of creature.
Very conventional. Yeah,
exactly. But this is like, no, you just have to get better at my game to move on.
You level up as a person.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You just have to refine your own skills.
Enter the Gungeon is on the tops of my list. Like even as a game, it's near the top of my favorite list. So I have it on PC, I have it on PlayStation, and Sherry loves it. We play it all the time. The only issue I have with Enter the Gungeon is the multiplayer. The second player does not get to have a special character or get to choose their character. You get a special character, but it's just the accomplice or whatever it's called, the buddy, and they start with a dart gun, like not a poison dart, like a Nerf dart gun.
It's awesome. It is a Nerf gun. It's great,
and it like your darts stick on the wall and stuff, and it's cute, and it does the same amount of damage as every other gun, but like the other, you get 4 characters to choose from. Each one has a specialty, either a skill or a trait, or they begin with a special weapon. But this character doesn't. It just starts with one weapon. The main benefit is they start with a revive item. So you get one revive of one character, not of both characters. So you get to prolong your restart. But it's awesome. So you go in and you're just trying to get deeper and deeper and deeper into the Gungeon. And the fun part about the game as well is like it's all puns on like firepower and ammunition. So you're a character with a gun and you're fighting all your enemies. They're bullets. So you got bullets, you got shotgun shells, and each of those enemies uses the corresponding gun. So if you're fighting like a 9mm bullet, he's got a pistol. If you're fighting a shotgun shell, he shoots shotgun shots at you, and it's super funny. And you get this huge list of guns, of different weapons to use, and they're again all puns, or they're just weird. There's the gun, and it's a gun that shoots guns, and as the gun is shooting, each gun that shoots out of it, that's the thing that shoots with the bullets. Like it's crazy. It's so great. Funny. Yeah.
There's also a pillow.
Yeah, that's right.
You shoot pillows.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love the banana gun too. Like it's just great. It's such a good game. And then so like I said, me and Sherry play it, but I've gotten the furthest without Sherry. Like with Sherry, we can like get past level 2, maybe we can beat the second boss. Without Sherry, I've gotten all the way to the 5th floor, and I'm like, damn, it's crazy. It's so hard.
Nuts.
It's a bullet hell, so there's bullets everywhere. It's super hard.
Yeah, that's fun though. That's
they made a sequel recently called Exit the Gungeon. Yeah, it's the reverse. You're going up, so it's a top scroller. It looks cool too, but it's 2D. It's not walk around. You're like you're platform climbing going up.
I gotta check that out then. I've not tried that yet.
Do you have any other indie games you want to shout out? Because I have two more that I love.
I do. It's I Am Bread.
Oh yes! I love that game.
It's so frustrating.
It's so fun and frustrating, but the music is so good in that game.
It is. And I don't know how they thought of it. Like
I don't know, dude. It's like Quap, but you're a slice of bread.
Yeah, I love it. And you can butter yourself up, and
that's right.
It's great
to get extra bonus points.
Exactly.
You could jam as well.
It's also very frustrating.
It is super hard. Yeah. But that's a great game. Very good game. Yeah. I find that indie games often have like some of the best music as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Undertale and Move or Die and like Cuphead. Like, they always have awesome songs.
Yeah. I think Cuphead is like the #1 indie game though out there, like at least for sales. It's kind of like what the Black Keys is to indie music is like Cuphead is to indie games.
Yeah, it went mainstream, but remains and keeps its title as indie. Actually, I would argue that point. My next game, I think, tops that. It's Stardew Valley.
What is that?
The farming game, Stardew Valley.
What?
You don't know Stardew Valley?
I'm googling it.
Google it, you'll know it. It's so famous. It's so popular. It's a farming game. Yeah, that game has transcended space and time. It's like Minecraft at this point. It's on every platform. Your PlayStation, your GameCube, your toaster, your phone. It's on everything, and it's so popular. And it was made by one dude.
Really?
Yes.
Man, I gotta try this.
You have to, dude. You would disappear forever. 10 out of 10 on Steam. 4.7 on Google Play. Like it's one of the greatest games I've ever played.
Huh? Is it just a farming thing, or
it's a farming game? So it's like Harvest Moon. Like it's pretty much exactly as I've described Harvest Moon, but this guy brought it to the modern day and made it accessible for people that have never even heard of Harvest Moon.
That's so cool.
Yeah, this is what a lot of people conjecture that this is what Harvest Moon would have eventually become if corporations didn't want to hold it back and make people do it the way they did.
Right. Wow. I definitely got to try this game out then. I'm awesome. Surprised that, if it's as popular as you say. I'm so clueless on this game. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure I've seen it, but I got to check it out now.
And there's it's come up with several updates ever since as well. That guy's still keeping his baby alive. Like it's awesome.
All right, so still alive. That's so cool.
Oh yeah. So there's a multiplayer now. Like it's crazy. It's really big. You used to be able to pick from like 4. Well, the first mode of it, first version of it, you got one farm plot. That's how you choose it. Then after that, he came up with 4 variations, so different terrains. They were all set, but it was different terrains you can choose from. So you could have a lake in your farm. It could be like a forested farm or just a regular farm. And then now they've added another farm type, plus there's multiplayer now. So you can have They're called farm
Oh,
hands.
what?
So you could have up
Yeah.
to 4 people playing on one farm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's even
That actually
combat
sounds
too.
so fun. I'm just checking out this dude that made it, Eric Baroni. I don't know.
Yeah, Concerned Ape, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
it's
just looks
crazy.
like a normal dude.
Yep. It's like dude. It's almost like I said. It's like the Minecraft story. That Mojang guy did it all by himself and
Right.
exploded.
Yeah. I mean, it is Minecraft's an indie game too.
It is, yeah. Well, yeah,
Well,
it
I
was.
guess
I guess it is
I
still.
guess-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure
mean-
Microsoft bought it.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
true. So it's technically not anymore, but it was.
Yeah.
And I guess we got to put the crown on Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft, I guess, would be the number 1 indie game of all time.
Yeah.
Some would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably the most played.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
It's probably the most played game ever at one point.
I would say so. Very,
Yeah.
very possible. Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have any other shout out games? I have one more that I love. Technically, Overcooked is a indie game too.
Love that game. Great game.
Yeah, it's so good.
I haven't played it myself, but I watched people play it, and it looks amazing. It's Journey.
Oh, Journey. Yeah.
Yeah,
It does look really good.
yeah. It's really cool illustrations. I haven't played it myself, so I don't know what the gameplay
Mm.
really is like. But I'm now that I started looking up indie games, I think I'm gonna check it out. Try and
Nice.
play it. Yeah.
You've convinced yourself.
Exactly. Yay, me a pat on the back.
Yeah. The last one I want to talk about really quick is Into the Breach. I don't know if you know that game at all, but do you know Advanced Wars or Fire Emblem?
Yes.
So it's that style of game where you it's turn-based and you move stuff around and each unit has its own thing, but it's with mechs. It's like Pacific Rim. So you've got these kaiju that you're fighting, the big monsters that come out of the breach, which is through the earth, and then you command several of these mechs, and it's kind of like Faster Than Light, another old game, very similar, but it's a roguelike. So if you die, you start from the beginning of the game, and the game's pretty short, assuming you don't die partway through, and it's really hard. I've never beaten it yet. I've gotten to like the fourth place, but I still keep dying at that point, if not earlier. But it's awesome. So, you can customize your mechs to have different weapons, different colors, whatever you want, and it's fun. It's really fun. I think it's actually made by the Faster Than Light guy, if I'm not mistaken. The two guys.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know Faster Than Light? That's another really, really good indie game. It's also called FTL.
Oh, FTL.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
This game.
Basically, you're commanding a spaceship, and then stuff is happening all the time, and it's a fucking nightmare. That game, I've actually made it all the way to the end, but then I died at the boss. Like, it's also really hard. But yeah, basically what I try to do in that game is I just try to collect as many people as possible so that when they inevitably die, I've got enough people to like run the shield still. It's so hard. But it's really fun. There's a lot in that sort of subgenre of indie game. There's another one called Convoy, and it's very similar to Faster Than Light, but it's open world. And you're commanding a convoy of different vehicles, and yeah, it's super cool. You can change their positioning and change their weapons, and you have to drive around and do subquests, and eventually you do the final boss. Like they're fun. I really like those kinds of games. They're like mini RTS games, because sometimes they're turn-based and sometimes they're not fully turn-based, so it's pretty cool.
Cool. I mean, this has been a great podcast. I got a lot of games to try.
Yeah, very good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I dream of making like a video game, but I'm like, that's something that I really have no knowledge of, right? I play the games, I love the games, but I don't even know where to start if I were to try to make a game. It would have to be like, I don't know, I hire a bunch of people and I'm like, okay, make it about me and my cats. And they're like, okay. And then they make it magic
another
somehow.
cat game for the Switch.
Throw it on the pile. There's like a huge pile of games. Oh, that's great.
I wonder how. So I guess people make a game, and if you're like an indie game creator, do you kind of like propose it to big companies like Steam, or can you just like throw it on Steam?
I think you can throw stuff on Steam. That's yeah. For Steam, I think it's like an open marketplace, so you can just chuck stuff up there.
But like PS or like Sony and Microsoft, you have to actually sell a game to them. somehow.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I think it's very similar to like a TV show, right? You can pitch it, and if it gets picked up, then you get more money. You get, the funds to advertise, and you get more support in that way. But if you're doing an indie game, and I think the way Steam works actually is like anyone can put games on there, but Steam takes a cut of the sale.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's just how. So fair. Like they don't care if you. That's why there's like a metric buttload of just straight to the trash games on Steam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who's that guy that runs Steam? He's probably making lots of money.
Gabe Newell. Yeah, the Valve guy.
Yeah. He's just probably raking in
I don't
money.
think he runs it anymore. I think he's probably just floating on his island somewhere.
Yeah.
playing all the bad indie games.
Yes. Every game on Steam for free.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I haven't seen a good Steam sale in a while.
Yeah, same actually. But I'm not on the hunt to buy new games much anymore. I basically stick really close to my wish list now. So if a game on the wish list goes on sale, then I'll probably buy it at this point.
Right. That's a good way to do that, actually.
Yeah, that's the only way I can control myself from just wasting money. But Steam is so freaking pervasive. It's like whenever one or more games goes on sale, it's great. Obviously, I subscribe for them to do that. So I get an email, I get a Steam notification, and then like on my phone, and then when I log it on my computer, I also get a pop-up on my computer from Steam. I'm like, oh, you guys chill out. I know, I got it. But yeah, it's crazy how low some of the games can go on Steam.
Like, it is, yeah.
It's crazy how low AAA titles can go on Steam. You know what I mean? Like, I remember buying all the Batman Arkham games for like $6.
Yeah, that's a lot of games.
Do they not like money anymore?
I just think it must be like an algorithm that, the games is only making X amount of sales in a month. And they're like, we'll make more just trying to push it for $6.
Yeah, just push it. Or they probably try to get traction on it, and then everyone who missed the sale end up buying it at full price.
I think that works more with multiplayer games for sure. All my buddies have. I mean, it worked on me.
Yeah,
like you got, what game was
7 days?
7 days. Yeah, 7 days.
I bought it on sale.
You bought it on sale
for $8.
Exactly, and it wasn't on sale when I went to go buy it, but I bought it because you were playing it. So I mean, it worked. Right?
Well, don't worry, we'll play it more. Just quick note: we're gonna be playing hardcore mode at some point. Yeah, I'll let you know when that happens.
That wasn't already hard enough.
Nope, it started to get so boring, dude.
Oh, okay.
We would go in. We basically explored the whole map, and then we would just go in and just like kill a couple zombies, make some farm stuff, and then we're like, I guess we're bored now, and then leave.
Yeah. Oh, have you played The Forest in a while?
We haven't for a while. We haven't played really any multiplayer games in a little while. We're doing it a lot, and I was just getting like, kind of, you know that thing about introverts where they have to recharge after seeing people. That's me. Totally. I was starting to get to that point where I was like, oh man, I don't want to play multiplayer games anymore for a little while. Like I love it, and when I'm doing it, I'm having a lot of fun. But like I know, like also to be fair, I mean, it sounds like complaining, but like when I'm streaming, that means I'm trying to manage two things. Like I'm trying to make sure, nothing crazy is happening on the chat, and I gotta go and kill it really fast if there is something like that, or I'm trying to keep up with the audience as well. So it's like it's kind of hard to juggle. So I was like, for a little while, I'll just do some solo playing for just for my sake, and then eventually we'll do like maybe once a week we'll do some multiplayer playing.
Super cool.
But yeah, trust me, I've been getting texts, and Sherry is like, when are we gonna play The Forest? What are we gonna play The Forest? What do we play 7 days? What are we gonna play? I'm like, leave me alone. But I mean, I do love playing those games, and I do miss playing them, so I want to. But sometimes it's also hard to organize everybody. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't need everyone when we're playing them, but it definitely, those games are more fun when you have a full
absolutely cast. Yeah. And I don't want to play if we don't have the full squad either, because then I'm like, oh man, somebody's missing out. So it's a juggling act.
Yeah, you don't want anyone feeling bad, but yeah, I mean, gaming's fun. Gaming's supposed to be fun.
Correct.
That's the whole point of it is to get your mind off of what you're doing in the outside world and just immerse yourself, and it's
yeah. So for me, I've gotten to the point where I'm getting pretty good at like checking in with myself, and yeah, if something's not driving, I gotta pull it out of the system, or I'll go crazy a little bit.
That's absolutely fair.
Yeah. Do you want to do some highs and lows before we wrap her up here?
Yeah.
I can go first if you want.
Yeah, go first.
Today, I'm going to start with my low, and it's just the constant nosebleeds.
Oh no.
It's highs and lows for the week, so you can just pick one thing from either. Okay. This week, lots of nosebleeds. We talked about it extensively at the beginning of the show. That's my low. I'm so over it. I know, like, it sucks because I'm at the point in my life where I've had it so frequently, so steadily, so often that I'm used to it, and I handle it fairly, incognito. Nobody even knows I had a nosebleed at this point unless I say something.
You're cutting out there.
Oh, sorry. Testing.
Yeah.
Like that.
But what is your high, sir?
Yeah. So my high, me and Sherry, over this past week, we've been watching some old movies that she had never seen before. So we finished all 4 Indiana Jones movies. And actually, the 4th one was much better than I remember it being. I really enjoyed it, especially watching it in context with the first 3. It was less disappointing. The 4th one had Shia LaBeouf in it. I think it's Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls. And I remember watching that in theaters when I was a kid, and I was like, man, that was lame. But now that I've seen all 4 together, I'm like, man, those 4 are very good movies. I quite enjoyed them. Because it just stuck true. The 4th one, people hated on it a lot, but it really stuck true to the Indiana Jones formula, so I loved it. If you guys don't know, I love Indiana Jones. He's awesome. It's an awesome series, and Sherry had never seen it, so we were watching that. And then my high as well is last night. We finally watched the first Back to the Future movie, because Sherry has never seen any of them.
What?
And dude, Back to the Future is so good.
It is.
I was watching and I was like, dude, I forgot how sick this movie is. Like, it's just awesome. It's like so well written. There's so many little details that you would definitely miss if you didn't know that they were there, or if you haven't seen it a few times already. Like the two pine forest, the Twin Pines forest. Then he goes back in time, he hits the tree, and then when he comes back to the future, it's the Lone Pine Forest Mall. Like, it's brilliant. Little things like that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, and I just want to say, damn, everybody was fine in that movie. His mom was fine. He was fine. His dad was fine. His girl was fine. Damn, they were fine.
Even Doc looked good in the movie, let's be honest.
Doc was fine, yeah. I'd be his experiment.
Yeah. That's... Woo. All right.
Sweating here. Oh, guess I'm nosebleeding.
Doc and the giant...
Oh, Jordan.
Giant DeLorean. What do you think I was going to say? Wait, seriously. Where did your mind go? Kenneth, say it. Where did your mind go?
Dude, sorry, really quick. That just reminded me of this meme that I saw. And it's like, hey, check it out. I taught my chicken how to talk. It's like, just text. And he's like, what's 200 pennies? And he's like, what's a male deer? And then it's like, wife says, this is so stupid. And then it goes, chicken. Just wait, Susan. It gets way better. Like, the chicken says that. Oh no, God, that's so good. Just wait, Susan. This gets way better. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Your highs and lows.
Yeah. Oh, my highs and lows. Okay, so I guess my high is I get to move into a place that's bigger in a nicer area.
Mm-hmm.
And my low is I have to actually move to that place that is bigger, nicer area. So.
Yeah. Do you think you'll be sticking there for a while?
Yeah, at least a year or two.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Definitely save that money.
Dude, if I go to the island, I hope you follow us somehow. Not right away, but
that's easy.
Because we won't have any friends over there, just Sherry's family, which is great. They're awesome. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, at this point, I really don't have any like friends that I actively visit in human. I do a lot of my communication, via phone calls or internet now. So it's not I know I'll stay in touch with people. It should be fine. And I generally don't like going outside anyway. So
and me and Alex love going to the island. So
yeah. It's lovely there. Sunshine Coast, Nanaimo even it's changing. It's not what it once was. It's a little more. It's
not a retirement home.
Yeah, I mean, it still kind of is, but shit, why wouldn't I want my neighbor to be like an 80-year-old homie?
Yeah, if you need sugar, she's got sugar.
Yeah,
if you need
exactly.
milk, she's got milk.
I need fiber. They need that fiber. They got some mucilix for me.
You probably get free dinners from your neighbor.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it. And you know what? All they need in return is me to come over there and open like a pickle jar once in a while or something. All right, guys. I'm gonna kill the stream here. A couple of words from the stream. Write a book. Call it Polyglot: My Journey into Duolingo. I guess that's for me because I was talking about Duolingo. Sure, I'll try. Yeah. Shinigami 554 said, I think rather than growing, the baby will get updates. Talking about Elon Musk Baby. And then Phoenix says, who doesn't love Inside, the game, the indie game we're talking about?
Thanks for listening, guys. Shows go live every Sunday at 10:30 on Twitch. If you don't catch us there, you can catch us on YouTube, Spotify, or whatever podcasting app you prefer.
If you like what you hear, tell everyone. Send them our way so that we can make their dishwashing, room cleaning, dog walking a little bit of a better experience. It helps us. We only grow by word of mouth. We truly appreciate if you guys could spread the word for us. Thanks so much for listening to the Be My Friend podcast. My name is Kenneth.
My name is Jordan.
I got a cat named Louie.
I got a cat named Rose.
Stay cute.
Stay frosty.
Stay safe.
Stay awesome.
Stay healthy. Stay. Please just stay. Don't leave. Stay.
Stay moist.
Stay moist.